Alright, so today I'm just going to be going over the jungle items. You can see in the background I just have a clip from a game. Yeah, you don't really have to pay attention to it if you don't want. I just figured it would be better than just having a blank screen to stare at. So, yeah, there's just a clip from a game going on. You can pay attention to it, you can watch what I'm doing, or you can just completely ignore it. Up to you. Alright, so with jungle items, so to start out, you have two choices. You have either machete or you have talisman. So it's actually pretty easy to choose between these two. Machete, basically, if you're going to be doing mostly auto attacks, that's what you'll want to use. Talisman would be if you're going to be using abilities or you need mana regen, since Talisman gives you, it's bonus 150% mana regen when you're in the jungle, so that actually helps you to not, run out of mana when you're clearing with your abilities. So that'd be something like, as you see Diana here, see Pantheon takes it because he spams his Q and his clears early, which kills his mana. Amumu, Fiddlesticks, Malphite, yeah, anyone that really has like that ability-based jungle clear. With Machete, that just gives you, I believe it's 8% lifesteal. I'm not certain on that, but 8% lifesteal. So that really you only want if you're, like I said, one of those auto attack based junglers. So someone like Master Yi, Warwick a lot of times takes it. The Warwick could take pretty much anything. Lee Sin, I take it on. Yeah, pretty much those auto attack based junglers that you can think of. So that's how it goes with the starting item. So you usually get either Machete or Talisman, and then 3 pots for consume a refillable potion. It's up to you. I usually prefer the 3 pots just because it makes me healthier. So I can gank if I need to at level 3, but I don't have to. I can just continue clearing if I need to as well. Also, it's a lot less risky if you get invaded. Then you do have that extra potion. That does help in the early game. So, okay, so that's the starting items. There's nothing wrong with taking the refillable potion, by the way. It's just personal preference that I like the regular one, regular 3 pots. So next, your jungle upgrade. So you have Stalker's Blade, which is the blue smite, Skirmisher's Saber, which is red smite, and Tracker's Knife, which is just the normal smite. Basically, smite stone. So here's where it gets kind of a bit personal preference. You can always check on sites like probuilds.com, see what most people are using for that jungler. Usually it doesn't matter too much. Some that do matter, you pretty much always take Tracker's Knife on Lee Sin, unless you're going to be building a Sight Stone, just for that extra mobility. But since Sight Stone isn't as great anymore, you usually don't. Let's see, Skirmisher's Saber. I don't think there's anyone that you have to take it on. Stalker's Blade, there's not really anyone that you have to take it on. I'd probably take it on someone like Hecarim, just because he gets bonus movement speed from using it, so that helps his damage as well. I guess I should go over what the benefits of each is. So, Stalker's Blade, if you smite someone, then they're slowed, and yeah, so they're slowed, and you gain some of their speed there. Skirmisher's Saber, if you smite someone, they deal less damage, and they take some damage over time. Tracker's Knife, you can't smite enemy champions. It's just the normal smite for monsters and minions, and it's just you have the 2 charges of a ward, which helps for vision control if you need that. So yeah, that's really just personal preference. Usually, it depends on your playstyle. I think the most common one is Stalker's Blade. Just for that slow, it makes it easier to hit skill shots and gap closers and everything. Makes it easier to gank. Skirmisher's Saber makes it easier to duel. Tracker's Knife makes it easier to keep vision, which is why you see it a lot in the LCS. Because vision is such an important thing there. So the main thing that you'll be worrying about is which of the enchantments to go. So there's Warrior, which is the red one, Cinderhulk, which is the green one, Runic Echoes, which is the blue one, or Devourer, which is the purple/yellow one. So these, okay, yeah. So for these, it's usually pretty easy to choose, just based on your champion. Cinderhulk, that is what you'd want to use if you are going to be the main tank on your team. So yeah, if you need to be tanky, that's what you want to go, because it gives you that extra tankiness, that extra burn. Yeah, just an early tank item there, which is good. Devourer, that's one of the ones where if you just, that's for your auto attack based junglers that will just farm, like Master Yi, or sometimes Udyrs take it. You know, some Warwick, someone that's just gonna sit and farm for forever, pretty much, and then just be super strong in the late game. Warrior, that's for, you know, you just get that extra bonus AD early. I usually take that on people like Lee Sin, Pantheon. Pretty much all of my AD champions I will take Warrior on, unless I need to go Cinderhulk. Runic Echoes, that's for your AP champions, really. So, yeah, if you're going AP, you will probably use Runic Echoes. A lot of times you also see that on Udyr, or I guess you sometimes see it on Warwick. It's getting a lot more popular even with the tanky junglers, just because of how much damage it does. So that's always good if you want to look for the damagey route. Though I still personally prefer to go Cinderhulk on my tanky junglers, just because it's more reliable. You can snowball with Runic Echoes, but if you're a tank, you don't really need to be doing damage. Just work on getting your other lanes ahead, and it won't matter if you have Runic Echoes or Cinderhulk. You just won't pop as easily with Cinderhulk. Devourer, I already talked about that. That's just auto attack based junglers. So yeah, basically if you'll figure out which ones you like using and which ones you prefer and which ones you prefer with which champion. It's kind of just you kind of just play around with it and try to figure out what you want. So yeah, basically just play around with it, see what you like, check on probuilds.com to see if they actually, which one actually is used. Oh, he was in range. Okay, sorry. He told me he wasn't in range there. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not supposed to be watching that. Anyway, so that's basically jungle items. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward once you just stop and think about it for a second. There's not really much to worry about. It'll come pretty easily. And that's all I've got for jungle items there.